Hey everybody, welcome back to another Two Brothers, One State. So this episode, we wanted to do a review of the 2008 Atlanta Falcons season. So it was a big year for both of us. I watched pretty heavy 2007, but to turn around from that year and then have what happened in 2008 happen, it was just a very important season to me.
I remember 2008 was the first season I actually watched. I remember watching full season, knew what the heck was going on. So 2008's a very big season to me. That was the first season I knew, the players. I knew what was going on as far as just the game period. So that was really huge for me, especially Falcons fan. 2008's the year that I was old enough to really start becoming a fan, so... Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, it was a culture changer for the Atlanta Falcons. They were a team who couldn't win nothing. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl in '98, but outside of that, it's a whole bunch of nothing. And then you just come in year one. I mean, looking through some notes here, you hire Mike Smith. You draft Matt Ryan, so you got a new GM. I mean, you got so many. This is a whole overhaul of this team. Complete overhaul. And they come in and win 11 games. Like, that don't happen. That don't happen much at all. This was huge. Mike Smith was a great hire. He won Coach of the Year this season. I mean, who else could you give it to? 11 wins with that big of a turnaround. You lost your franchise QB to the prison system. Your head coach bailed it like a thief in the night. He was out of there. That happens. Mike Smith came in and he stabilized the team. He brought stability to it, brought discipline to the team, and it showed.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, with the new GM comes in, makes some big additions in as far as the free agents, which I don't think it was ever a regular thing for the Falcons to ever do. Then you turn around, then you pick high and get a franchise-altering quarterback that many weren't too high on, thought him was boring, kind of just slow, whatever. And then you break, having a good quarterback, you break out Roddy White, who is a first-round pick. He's finally showing the production you hoped for. It was a huge year. Yeah, Mike Smith, that one was tough. I remember when they let him go. I remember that one was real tough. Because that's who I remember. Because I remember Petrino quitting on us. And then Mike Smith's what I knew.
Yeah.
So that was tough, and kind of like that's why Matt Ryan, it was tough when he was gone, was because that's really the only quarterback I knew. I know Leftwich and Redmond and them played. I'm sure I watched it, but I wasn't invested.
The only thing I remember from that QB room was because I wasn't into college football at all at the time. It was just Falcons. I'd watch Georgia Tech. But I wasn't into college football as a whole. Like, I couldn't ever tell you what Bama or Georgia was doing, but I'd watch Tech when I'd catch them. But it was, I wasn't into it at all. So, coming off a 4-12 season, Mike Smith, 11-5 record, playoff berth, and DJ Shockley, that's where I was going with that. That's who was missing. I remember hearing about him from you because I didn't watch it. So, but yeah, it was like they weren't the worst. I remember liking Harrington a little bit. I liked him. Harrington had something to him. Byron Leftwich did too, though. I mean, Chris Redmond had, but they weren't ever going to be the guy that you're going to go into a season with at that point. But I remember several people hearing, I don't know if it's true, that if the Falcons if DJ Shockley was healthy that year, Falcons may not have been able to take Matt Ryan at 3rd overall. At least he would have gave us a couple more wins.
Yeah, I've heard that. And then also, though, you look at it, those are all decent, whatever, backup quarterbacks, what have you. But I don't believe that Atlanta team they were quarterbacking was too dang good.
No.
Good for them anyway, you know. So.
No. Yeah, and I mean, and this is another point. I remember hearing the name. A lot of people wanted Glenn Dorsey, where they took Matt Ryan. And looking back, he went to the Chiefs?
Yeah,
was that
the Chiefs and
nothing. And Matt Ryan's over here broke like pretty much every passing record for the Falcons.
Yeah, he might as well. Yeah, he owns them all basically.
So he became the first QB to start all 16 games and make the playoffs with a winning record. So Matt Ryan, and that's another reason we decided like it's time to go. We've been wanting to do this video for a while, but what a better time than after Matt Ryan's back. He's back in Atlanta, different position, but Matty Ice is back. The little ice cubes are back with him. Matt Ryan's back, folks.
Thank you.
So yeah, he did that. Now we got to speak about. Bill brought up free agent signings. So we got to bring up the man, Michael the Burner Turner. So what about Michael Turner, Bill?
Yeah.
He was overpaid, I believe, right?
That's what the word was, but 1,699 rushing yards and 17 TDs. I don't think you can pay the man enough. And coming in second in the MVP voting to Peyton Manning. Yeah, I think he was worth whatever we paid him. Yeah. Also, his 08 season is still top 10 for rushing touchdowns in NFL history. So
wow.
Yeah. Worth the money 100%.
And look at that first game. His first game, 220 rushing yards. He came on just as good as Matt Ryan did.
God.
First game against Detroit. I remember that one well. But yeah, so Michael Turner was the man. I always remember tiptoe Turner, little baby steps Turner. He had freakishly big legs. They're like a tree stump, and he took little baby steps. But you can find a video of him handling his own against Ray Lewis. If they don't speak to Michael Turner enough, just
and
Google it.
Tiptoe Turner didn't happen until later in the thing. It was like he lost the burner and started wanting to tiptoe, and then his last game as a Falcon, or last couple games as a Falcon.
But
he found it again.
Like I always thought of that because he always did take those little baby steps.
Yeah.
That's what I got from Tiptoe Turner, because it was like he wasn't taking no big strides out there. He's like a little menace, man, taking little baby steps and just mowing folks over. And Roddy White, mentioned him, first elite season. He goes for 88 catches, 1,300 yards, 7 TDs. Matt Ryan put the guy on. Roddy White's my favorite Falcon player of all time. Roddy White's the man. Never wore a different jersey, even though I think he could have with New England. But yeah, this was a huge season. My favorite Falcon, kind of having his breakout year this year.
Yeah, 100%. Then the O-line also turned around again. Poor quarterbacks last year. Turned into one of the best run blocking team O-lines in the whole 08 season. So definitely got upgraded for some first year coaches, GMs, quarterback. Huge year for a bunch of rookies.
Yeah, and this speaks to it right here. 6-2 in road games. Now, this is unheard of for a team with a rookie head coach. Rookie, was it OC too? Rookie QB. New backfield, new scheme. So all new coaching staff. And to go 6-2 on the road is huge.
That's still crazy to do it now, even if you're a dang good team,
So, Mike Smith, we spoke on him earlier. Right coach, right time. Coach of the year, most wins in a debut season with the Falcons, which ain't saying a whole lot, but either way it does now because of him. He brought that's what I always remember about him, professionalism. He brought a sense of just professionalism and respect to it. You weren't getting no sound bits off Mike Smith, but you were going to get some dubs.
Yeah, 100%, and it wasn't like the Falcons of old, where it was like, even you can go far back as the Dion era, prime time, with MC Hammer. on the sidelines and stuff. And then you get to Vic, the most like highlight reel player, a bunch of just a lot of flash, you know, and fast and speed. Whereas then the Falcons come in and switch the whole thing on its head of, no, we're going to be a bit more power pro style football, and it's going to be structured and quiet. You're not having a Glanville or some idiot like Petrino just, you know, no, you're just going to have a professional, quiet coach that's just all about playing football and nothing else, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That took that shift. Now, this stat is going to surprise a lot of you. I don't know if you'll believe it, but 3 of the 5 losses were won from each division rival. When does that happen? When is the NFC South split? Go figure that happened this year too. So, Michael Turner, we already spoke, 220 rushing yards, single game franchise record. And what about, you know, speaking of first for a player, what about next on the list?
I remember like that, like it was yesterday. Matt Ryan's first 62-yard pass to Mike Jenkins. After that play, Mike Jenkins became one of my unsung favorite Falcons just because I was like, that was so cool. A first play touchdown, that's nuts. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was a thing of beauty, too. Mike Jenkins, the original Agent 12 before Sanu. Yeah, that was just awesome. I mean, he came out and just let the league know, may not be the most athletic, but you know what? I can get the ball where it needs to go. And boy, did he ever. So, you know, talking about Matt Ryan, he's included in this. They had 10 players earn their opening day starts for the first time in their career.
Wow.
That is just insane. And this, you know, week 1 against Detroit. Now, I don't have the final score here, but I mean, that game was just... John Kitna was the starting quarterback. Well, the shell of him. I mean, he was, late 30s, early 40s at this point. So, I mean, there wasn't much left. And they score on all 8 possessions in this game. Awesome. Like, just complete domination. Then we got another notable game here, Chicago versus ATL. Matt Ryan's first 300-yard day against the Bears. Roddy White, back-to-back weeks of 100 yards. 26-yard strike to Mike Jenkins to set up Jason Elam for, what was it, 1 second. Yeah, 1 second left on the clock. And I remember that pass so well. My older brother was watching the game, and rightfully so, he got out of there. He was like, this game's over. He was mad. He went outside, and I get it. I was close to doing the same, but I hung around and watched, and I remember he hit Michael Jenkins on that. He got out of bounds with it. And it was awesome. It was awesome. Matt Ryan, that was the first Matty Ice in veins moment I remember. It was like, holy smokes, game on the line. There ain't nothing but 11, 12 seconds, and you hit that perfect pass to set up a game winner.
So what sucks is I had to watch the replay of it because I was at that game. Okay? And what happened was well, we thought, okay, it's over with and done. Well, but we're going to go to the place so I'm going to go get some autographs on my little football I brought with me. Well, as we're out there waiting on the autographs, because, you know, the game's over, so we thought, we hear out there in the bar right there by the daggum, I guess the locker rooms, and we just, next thing you know, we hear cheering, and we're like, what the hell are these people cheering about? Like, what the heck? Well, then come to find out, as everyone pours out, like, oh yeah, we won. We came back and won. And we missed it because we thought the ball game was over. We're like, it's done. You know, there's no coming back. We'll go ahead and get over there so we can get some autographs for me. And wouldn't you know it, we ended up coming back and winning. So I had to watch the winning parts via the TV, even though I was on the game, at the game. So, but I did get Harry Douglas to sign my football. Got Roddy White to sign my football. Yeah. So that was cool. I had Sam Baker.
Oh, yeah.
A couple others. Yeah, I had a couple others, man. But Harry, that was when I become a big Harry Douglas fan. So rookie year Harry Douglas signing, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking Harry Douglas signed my ball. And yeah, like I said, Sam Baker, Roddy.
Yeah.
And then, heck, it was like a year or so before I had actually seen Algie Crumpler out. It was actually before the '07 season. And I'd seen him out watching a high school football game, and he signed a hoodie of mine.
Nice.
So it was really cool. But yeah.
Man, I remember going this year with my dad. We went to Flowery Branch and watched one of their practices. They do the open ones, and that was cool, man. Seeing Matt Ryan there, and then at that point, cuts hadn't happened. So Joey Harrington, Leftwich, and Redmond, I think all four may have still been there. And I don't remember. I think maybe just Redmond was the only one that was really retained from that group. DJ Shockley, I think, hung around for a minute, but Harrington and Leftwich both got. But it was cool. I remember walking up to a certain point and just seeing all the QBs standing there. It's like just watching Leftwich and Harrington the season before on TV, and then seeing them there all so massive. It was like, whoa, this is awesome. Cool. Yeah, 08 was a wild time to be a Falcons fan. I mean, you had no expectations for a good season. You were just, you were hoping. Then, the year after, Matt Stafford's coming out. So, I mean, a lot of folks are like, dang, we kind of missed it as well. Like, Stafford can play next year. Here we are with this guy, Matt Ryan. And it's like, well, look, Matt Stafford's the man. Both can be true, but so is Matty Ice. So is Matty Ice.
Indeed.
So we got crazy stats. John Abraham had 16 and a half sacks, a top 2 season in franchise history. 16.5 is no joke. I mean, that's
my favorite Falcons player ever.
Yeah. So, no joke. And once he was gone, they weren't able to find any more sacks until today, this year. It took till in 2025 to find sacks again. Now, nobody's had that many on the team, but collectively, we're getting sacks now. Yeah. So, it took that long from 08 to 2025, and I'm not counting Vic Beasley's fluke season. Yeah. I refuse to.
Agreed.
So, yeah, that kind of wraps up. We wanted to share some stats with you, kind of what that season meant for us. And, I mean, what it did for Falcons football. That kicked years of success down the road to eventually, 2012 almost NFC champion title. I mean, 5 yards away from it. They missed the playoffs the next year, but after that, it was playoffs. They just kept hitting. And this was the start of it. This was fun. I don't know. Who knows? I love the game of football, but had this season been differently, who knows if I'd be as passionate of a Falcons fan if I am. Yeah. No, this season roped me in for sure. Yeah. It made me what I am as far as football fan goes today. So, that wraps it up. That we had to start with this year. If y'all like this episode, we're going to do more of these. Obviously, next on the list is going to be the 2016 Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, speaking of Vic Beasley's fluke season.
Yeah, there it goes.
But,
thank y'all for tuning in. We'll clip up some of this and get